See, now you know what is public IP and what is private IP, right? What is public IP, sir? Public IP, it is used to connect from the internet. Anyone, if you have, you can able to connect it from the internet. Private, it is only for the internal use. We already discussed in detail about what is public IP and private IP. Now, see, whenever you create an EC2 instance, what happens? Two IPs gets created. One is public IP here and another one is private IP. Now, just what I'm doing here, see, this is my server. Just restart this server. I'm just copying this. Just restart this server, reboot, or start and stop the instances. Stop instance. Okay. I'm just a second. It is stopping. Meanwhile, what I'll do, I'll just copy this public IP. This was my original public IP, right? So just a second. We are just restarting the server. See, we just restarted it. And here, can you able to see the public IP has been generated. Just copy this, come back here, and just paste it. See, whenever the point here is, whenever you restart the server, that is, you stop and start the server, this public IP is getting changed. Okay, but the private IP will remain same. But private IP, we are not using it, right? It is for internal purpose. But whenever you restart this server, this is getting changed. Even if I again stop and start this server, what happens? Again, it gives me a new public IP. So now, instead of changing this IP address whenever I start and stop my address, what I want is I want a constant IP address for my instance or to my server, or we also call it as a static IP. Okay, static is nothing but constant IP, permanent IP I want. So in that case, every time this is a problem. Okay, now what I want a permanent IP to my EC2 server. Okay, so how to create that? See, in AWS or inside your EC2 service, we have one service submodule called as Elastic IP. Elastic IP. Elastic IP is nothing but it is a service which gives you a static IP to your EC2 instance. You can able to create a permanent IP, static IP, which will never change. Okay, which will never change. So that IP you can create and assign it to your EC2 instance. Now what happens? Even if you restart this server or stop and start this server, this IP will never change. That is the meaning. So let us see how to do it. It is simple. Where is this? So here onto your left side, just come down here. Okay. Can you able to see this? Elastic IP here. There is an option known as Elastic IP. Just click on Elastic IP. Okay. Now here, just come to this page. First click on Elastic IP, then allocate Elastic IP address. Okay. Next is you can provide whatever in which zone or network region you wanted to create. Just select that and here allocate. Allocate is nothing but create. Okay. See now this Elastic IP is created. Now I'll just give it as a first EIP or something like that. Okay. Now I have created my first Elastic IP. See, if you just scroll down here, no, not to this. I'm just opening EC2 instance. So this is my EC2 instance, right? If you just scroll right here, can you able to see whether Elastic IP is allocated to this EC2 instance? It is not allocated. It is just having your public IP and private IP. See, public IP and private IP. There is no Elastic IP allocated to this system, right? Now, what I'll do, I just need to allocate this. First, we just came here, Elastic IP, allocate IP address, it is created. Now I wanted to allocate this or attach this Elastic IP to my instance, this instance, Ubuntu server. Okay. So now this is my IP address. I'll just saving this. See, this is 35. Yeah, this is my public IP now, right? How to allocate? Just right click, just see, can you able to see this? Just click on this, come to actions. Okay. Where is this? Here only we're getting an option. No? Associate this Elastic IP address. Just click on this and just come down here. Can you able to see this? Choose an instance. Here automatically you can able to see my Ubuntu server. Okay. Just click on Ubuntu server and that's it. Just associate. Okay. Just wait for a second. Just refresh. Now, if you just come right to here, can you able to see this? Elastic IP is being allocated, the same Elastic IP. Okay. Now, if I even restart my server, see here also you can able to see public IP. If you just compare this, see, this is my public IPv4 Elastic IP, and this is my public IPv4 address. Right? This keeps on changing. So that reason, what we did, we just created a static IP address for my EC2 instance. Okay. So this is a small task that you go back and do. But here it is the problem here is your, where is this? Your public IP address, IPv4 addresses are free. Okay. But your Elastic IP is a paid service here. So that is the reason. Per hour, they charge around $1 or something. Okay. But public IPv4, the public IP addresses are free till 2023. Okay. Now, once your 750 hours of account is freeze, right? For you as of now, your AWS account. Once you reach this limit, then after that, each public IP address from 2024, they are charging $0.005. This is also chargeable but negotiable, right? But here they give it is around one or $2. So when you're done with your practicing, don't just create, allocate, and just see how it works. That's it. Once you are done with your practice with Elastic IP, just come back, select the same thing. Okay, actions. release elastic IP. Okay. See, cannot be released with this association IDs. The following IDs can be because they are associated. Okay. Why it does not? Yes. Fish. Click on this. First, what you need to do first, disassociate elastic IP address. Okay, disassociate. I'm removing elastic IP from my Ubuntu server. If you just refresh now, can you see it has been released? Where is this elastic IP? It is not there. Now you can just come here and delete this elastic IP. Where is this? Release elastic IP address. Okay, release. Now it has been deleted. Fine. So this is how you create elastic IP, allocate and deallocate, associate and deassociate from your EC2 instance or any EC2 server. Fine. Clear?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Fine. This is the first concept for today. Next is your private IP will never change. It will remain same. But your public IP keep on changing whenever you start and stop your server. Okay. So next concept is something called as, see, first tell me if this is my laptop or computer, I get my public IP, I'll receive my private IP. Otherwise, I'll receive a IP, right? So imagine this is your local laptop. This is your own laptop. You have a IP address for your computer. How you are getting it, sir? You are getting it through something called as NIC card, network interface card, right? In your laptop. This is the reason, or this is the one which is giving you IP addresses. Now, please tell me the same computer, the same server we are creating. How we are creating? We are creating virtually, right? Virtual server. This is created somewhere in Mumbai or somewhere here it is created, right? Now, again, it should have some, again, it will be having some IP. What is that IP? Public IP, private IP, elastic IP, all these things, correct? Now, please tell me how this computer or how this server gets its IP address. Any idea? See, just like your local computer, it is getting its IP address from NIC card. Here also same thing. What we call that as elastic network interface. Okay. This is a card, just a replacer. That's it. In your server, ENI is nothing but elastic network interface. This is the reason which is giving you public and private IP addresses for your to your server. This is the reason. This is the one card which is allocating a public IP and private IP to your server. Okay. And so this is how to define ENI, Elastic Network Interface card. How will you define? So it is nothing but a virtual card. You can able to you cannot able to see this card, right? This is because here it is in Mumbai, right? So this is nothing but it is a virtual network card which provides or which generates, which provides IPs, right? So which provides IPs so that you can connect to the internet or to other computers. Okay. So what is ENI? ENI is nothing but a virtual network card which provides a IPs so that you can connect to internet or to the other computers. That is what the meaning of ENI is. This only reason what it will do, it gives you public IP and private IP. Okay. And one more thing to remember here, guys, and you can have maximum 5 ENIs per mission. Okay. You can have maximum 5 ENIs per mission. That is, if this is my mission, how many ENIs can I attach? Only maximum 5. Okay. This is the maximum limit, but this can be increased. How you can increase? You just need to mail to your AWS support and only they can able to increase this capacity. But by default, it is only limited to 5 ENIs. And one more point here, it is local to availability zone. That means if you're creating one network interface card in Mumbai 1A region, 1A availability zone, okay, and if you wanted to use this same network interface card in 1B region, it is not possible. This is because it is local to that availability zone. You cannot use the same thing in different availability zones. Okay, so these are the points you just need to remind. Okay, let us see how to. These are small concepts, sir, but it gives you extra advantage. So just come back to your EC2 console. If you just come here, where is this? See, can you able to see this? See, first we discussed about key pair yesterday. Then we discussed about placement groups, right? Then we discussed about what is elastic IP, right? And today we are discussing about network interface. Network interface is nothing but creating your ENI, elastic network interface. Just come to network interface, create network interface, and whatever the uh, uh, values that you wanted to provide, just provide that. Just giving ABC. Okay. Now, security group, just select that and create a network interface. See, now what is that? Why created in 1 year is, on CM. I don't know which one I created. I missed to give the name. Okay, so here you can able to see these are the network interfaces. And let me create one more. I'll see. 1B. Okay, just selecting this network group. 1B, where it is. This is the one. Okay, this is the one. We just rename this new ENI or something, right? Okay, new ENI. I'm just renaming this. So where to use this? Whenever you create it, when you want to create a EC2 instance, launch EC2 instance, just come down. Somewhere here, it gives you option. What's that? Let create. So many options here. Where is this, bro? IAM host name. Network interface. You can also do one thing. If you want it while creating, also you can select, just look for that option. I just don't want to waste the time here. Yeah, somewhere here you'll find that. And here also from this console, just select that, come to actions, and you can attach to whichever the this one, whichever the server you want. I'm just attaching it to my EC2 instance. Okay. So that is what the one use of your, if you just click on attach, there will be two ENIs gets generated. Okay. So that is the use of your ENI. Small concepts, sir. So that's fine. Next concept is this is the very important, and you will expect so many things from this. Okay. So the next one is, first tell me, if this is my laptop, again, I'm coming back to the same story. If this is my laptop, forget about everything. Here you have something called as hard disk, right? Hard disk drive. It might be 1 TB or something like that. And what you will do, sir, from this hard disk, you'll create something called as drives, correct? Drives, or in technical words, we call it as a partitions, correct? What are these drives? C drive, D drive, E drive, these things. If you see here, this is one drive, correct? And this is another drive. That is what we are doing here. My hard disk drive is 1 TB, and I'm just separating based on my requirement, correct? And what is the use of this hard disk? This use of this hard disk is you can able to store images, movies, whatever the files, all kinds of things you can able to store it here, right? So now, if this is your local laptop I'm talking about, right? Now apply the same thing to your server. So if you are creating a server, you need to store some files, you need to store some images or something like that, right? Again, what you need? You need a hard disk, correct? To store all those images. And again, you will create this partition or drives based on your requirement, whether C drive, D drive, E drive. And you need to decide how much storage you require, whether you need 1 TB, 2 TB, 3 TB, right? This is also same thing when you compare with your laptop. Now, see, the same drives or hard disk in for EC2 instance, we are creating a drive or hard disk to this EC2 instance. That one we call it as a, in technical words, here in EC2 machine, we call it as a volumes. Volumes are EBS volumes. Same, your drive or hard disk, same thing, sir. But here we call it as a volumes or EBS volumes. EBS stands for elastic block store. Okay, anything is fine. Now, please tell me, what do you mean by EBS volumes now? Any answers? See, EBS volumes are nothing but hard disk to your EC2 server, right? This is EC2, and you are creating your hard disk or storage you are creating, correct? Now, how to define this EBS volume, sir? EBS volumes, can I call it as a virtual hard drives, virtual hard drives to your EC2 instance, correct? It is in virtual. Can you able to see that? No, you cannot able to see that. This is in Mumbai. We know it has been attached to your system, but you cannot able to physically see that through your eyes. So that's why I'm calling it as a virtual hard drive to your EC2 instance. Okay. Uh, Next is, like, you can also define it another way, like virtual storage volumes. You can also call it as virtual storage volumes attached to EC2 instance. This is also another point you can remember. So Next point is, sir, did you understood what is this EBS volumes? EBS volumes are nothing but just like your hard drives that you're going to create virtually. That's it. Okay. Virtual hard drives to your EC2 instance, virtual storage volumes attached to your EC2 instance. These are the basics. So what happens when you create a EC2 instance? See, whenever you try to create a new EC2 instance, let us assume this is my new EC2 instance I'm trying to create. So what happens when you create a new EC2 instance as by default, by default, one EBS volume, by default, one EBS volume gets created. This you are not going to create. This is by default, it gets created by the from the AWS side. Okay, this volume or this drive, we call it as a root drive. Okay, so whenever you create a new EC2 instance or new server in your AWS account, by default, what AWS will do, they'll assign one EBS volume to your EC2 instance. That EC2, that volume or that drive, we call it as a root drive. See, this is because if you're using your laptops, okay, now once you buy this laptop, you need to install your operating system on it, correct? So if you want to install your operating system, then automatically this C drive gets created inside your laptop. Did you observe this? You can change this name, C or whatever, but one drive gets created with some name, right? That is, for your operating system, you need a separate storage. Same thing happening here. You need to just, here we are creating a server, and what is that operating system we are installing? We are installing Linux, Ubuntu operating system. So it needs some storage. So that's why what they're doing, they're giving you a separate storage or a default storage of 8 GB. 8 GB volume gets created. How will you confirm? If you try to create an instance, launch instance, okay, just come down. Where is this? Can you able to see this? Root volume 8 GB. You can also change that. By default, they're giving 8 GB. Okay, so this volume is used for your operating system of Ubuntu, whichever the operating system you choose, that is going to be installed under your root volume. That is the first point. Okay, now any doubts still here, guys?
Yes.
Okay, so next, I'll just keep improving this story, sir. That's it. It's easy if you just keep understanding this with the help of story. Okay, now now if this is my laptop and I bought, this is my local laptop, sir, this, okay, if I'll whenever I wanted to buy my laptop, what I'll do, I'll buy 1 TB of hard disk. But did you observe these days there are two kinds of hard disks in market? One is you wanted to buy 1 TB or 500 GBs of hard disk, but in market nowadays you are getting two kinds of hard disk. One is HDD hard drive disk and another one is SSD, right? Solid state drive. So what is the difference between HDD and SSD? HDD is nothing but it is a old technology. For read and write operation, it uses, if you talk about the architecture of HDD, it uses some what we call some needles or something. No need to know all these things. Read and write operations are bit slow here. This is a new technology they're using here. Read and write operations are with the increased performance. That is the difference that we in technical words we call it as a IOPS. Input output per second is less in old hard disk, and in SSD input output per second is more. So that is the difference. They are having two options here. Okay. So you can also, while buying this laptop, you can choose this, right? Whether I want HDD or whether I want SSD based on your requirement. If you are a gamer, you need high performance, then you'll go for SSD. If you are just a student and you don't have the budget, much budget, then you will go for HDD. It is very cheaper, right? Now, same thing apply here. This is your EC2 instance, right? Now, I know I need to create one EC2 instance, one volume for my computer, right? And what kind of volume I need, whether I need hard disk drive or solid state drive, that I need to decide. Okay. So how you're going to decide? Just come here. See, there are different types of volumes available. Just come down. You can able to see Elastic Block Store. Guys, here, just click on volumes. How to create all these things, I'll explain in a meanwhile. I just wanted to show you the types of hard disks available. See, can you able to see here? Just a second, please. Okay. Now what we are discussing, we are discussing about the types of hard disks or types of EBS volumes available for your EC2 server. Okay. So here there are multiple types. Can you able to see this? So the first one is GP3, GP2. There are some things available. Let us discuss what is this. So the first one is, I'm just dividing it into group. First is SSD. Under SSD, we have first one is general purpose solid state drive, GP. I'm just writing the short form here. GP SSD. Under GP SSD, you have GP2, general purpose 2, and you have general purpose 3. And the second category under SSD is provisioned, provisioned IOPS SSD. Okay. Under provisioned IOPS SSD, you have IO1 and IO2. Input output 1 and input output 2. And when it comes to HDD, see, these two categories comes under SSD. Your GP SSDs and provisioned IOPS SSDs are SSDs, solid state drives. And again, we have HDDs, hard disk drive. Hard disk drive, we have cold HDD. Okay, that we call it as C1, and throughput, THROU, throughput optimized, HDD. That is ST1. Okay, and the last one is, apart from your SSD, and now we discussed what is SSD and HDD. Now there is another option in used to be there in olden days, that is your magnetic disks. Did you ever used it? Magnetic disk. Okay, this is another one. This is a old technology they used to use. Okay, so these are the options available for your EC2 volumes, just the types. You can able to see all here: GP1, GP2, GP3, IO1, IO2, SC1, ST1, standard, magnetic, all those things. You can select whichever the volume you want. Okay, so these are the types of hard disks we have. But the question here is how to decide, how to decide what kind of hard disk, what kind of hard disk you need, or what kind of volume you need for your EC2 instance. How will you decide, sir? Don't worry about the handwriting. How are you going to decide? There should be some factors which should affect your volume, right? Here, whenever you're buying a laptop, if you're a gamer, you'll go for 512 GB SSD. If you're a normal student, you'll buy 512 GB HDD hard disk drive. If you are running some application, then you will go for 1 TB SSD. There should be some factor which should impact, or what we can call, which should be there to select the type of hard disk that you want. Correct? So here, if we talk about in terms of your server, what basis you are going to select these EC2 instances. The first one is the first is performance. What kind of performance you want? Whether you want increased performance, mid performance, or a decreased performance, low performance. Based on that, you can able to select the one. The second factor is cost. Whether, see, cost, whether you wanted to buy a low cost, high cost, based on that. The next one is third one, IOPS, that is input output per second. How many jobs you wanted to perform in a single second? How many things that you wanted to perform? Based on that. The last one is throughput. Just add all these words into your that sheet, sir. I told you, right? Maintain separate sheet. Add IOPS, throughput, all these things. Okay. Now, the last one is throughput. What is this throughput? See, let me just quickly give you one more example. There are two persons. Okay. And there is a competition I'm organizing. What is that competition? I'm giving you some bananas. I'm keeping some bananas here or some eggs here. Okay. Now the competition is I'll give you 1 minute. Okay. And there is a competition in 1 minute. Whoever eats maximum, whoever eats maximum eggs, so those are the winners. Let's say this person will eat 10 eggs per minute, and this person will eat 20 eggs per minute. Okay, so that means what is the average of this person? How will you say? We'll say it as, so this person is able to eat 10 eggs per minute, and this person can be able to eat 20 eggs per minute. That means per minute he can able to eat 20 eggs, right? Just replace this one. See, throughput is nothing but number of processes. Just replace your eggs here. Instead of eggs, I'm replacing with the process. Number of processes a EC2 machine or a volume can complete per second. Here, number of eggs a person can eat. Here, number of processes a EC2 instance or a volume can complete per second. That is what we call it as a throughput. Okay. Based on these factors, we are going to decide what kind of EC2 or what kind of volume is required for your EC2 instance. Clear? Guys?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just going through input output performance. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Right. So See what we discussed till now. We discussed about, see, there are so many things to discuss today. So we discussed about volume. First, we discussed about elastic IP, right? Then we discussed about ENI, Elastic Network Interface. Then we started our discussion with volumes. We discussed what is volume, why we need volume, right? All these things we discussed, what, why, everything. Then we discussed what is that? Types of hard disk, GP1, GP2, GP3, all those things. Now we'll see some practicals here. I wanted to see what is the capacity of my hard disk or my volume to my EC2 instance. Let me just log in. Just a second. I'm just logging into one of the server. Just give me a minute. SSH, laptop, Ubuntu. Could not reach a local laptop. Name of service not known. Why? SSH. Okay. Now I logged into my system. Now, what I wanted to do was I wanted to see what is the volume which is already existing into my EC2 instance. What is the size of that volume? Then you just need to execute. There is a command known as LSBLK. LSBLK stands for list block storage. Okay. If you just execute this command, it shows you. It shows you, sorry, LSBLK list block storage. It gives you information about all of your volumes. What is the total size? How much is used? All these details it will display. Just execute. See, can you able to see this? See, we have a hard disk of size 8 GB. From that hard disk, what we did, it has internally created the partitions. See what is happening here. There is a, what we'll do in our laptop, sir, if this is my 1 TB hard disk, we're not going to assign 1 TB directly, right? What we do, we divide this. C drive is for operating system, a D drive is for something, E drive is for something. Same thing it has done here. See, LSBLK, it is a command, it displays available volumes or available EBS volumes into your attached to your EC2 instance. Okay, and this is my hard disk, total storage of my hard disk. What I did, we did, it is internally, it has already done for your root device. That is, it has divided into multiple partitions. Clear? Just like this, wherever you see this C drive, E drive, X drive, all these things into your system, just like this, it is done. Okay. Now the question is, these are very important, whatever the things that I'm discussing from now on. This is because in interviews, straight away you will get this question, sir. So that's the reason. Please be attentive from now on at least. Now, let's say there is an laptop. This is my laptop I'm talking about. My laptop, and I bought one SSD or HDD of size 512 GB. Okay. I am using it, everything is fine. After some 6 months or 1 year, what happens? This storage is completely filled. Completely filled. Then what you will do, sir? Once it is filled, either So once it is completely full, what you'll do, you need to buy a new hard disk, correct? So that you can able to increase that capacity. Once you buy this hard disk, what you're going to do, you need to attach, or through your cable or some other way, you are going to attach to your EC2 to your laptop, correct? So in that way, you can able to increase the storage of your EC2 storage of your laptop. See what I'm trying to explain? There is a hard disk, okay, which is completely got filled. Now what I'll do, I'll buy a new laptop, I'll attach this to my laptop, and in that way I can able to increase my storage. This is what I'm doing with my laptop. Now when it comes to any EC2 instance, now as you see, there is only one volume available to your EC2 instance. Just now we saw, right? This is the only volume available. Now what I wanted to do, I wanted to create or add other volumes as well, other volumes to your EC2 instance for more storage. That's it. How can we do that? That question is, the thing is, what I am trying to do, create a volume, and attach it to your EC2 instance. This is what we are going to do now. I did not, you could have told me, right? That was, see, I'm just creating a new volume. I'm adding that volume to your EC2 instance. Okay, that thing what we are calling create a volume and attach it to your EC2 instance. This is the task that we are going to perform now. Okay, so the first step, please remember the steps here. First step, what you need to do, first go to your EC2 instance. Okay, just come down here, click on volumes. First, let me write it down for you. First, what you need to do, create a volume in, where you need to create in AWS console. So for creating, just come to your AWS console, come to this section on your left side, EBS volumes. Here you can able to see volumes. Click on volumes, create volume. Just click on create volume and select what kind of volume you want. I want GP3 or something, anything you want. And what is the size of that? I'm selecting it as a 4 GB. And remaining everything, just leave the blank. And in which I just wanted to, okay, 1 year. No? Just I wanted to check this. Just this is not common for you. This is just for me. Just give me a second. Where I'm creating this, I'll explain that concept also within a few seconds. Where it is created in 1B. Okay. See, I'm creating this EC2 instance in 1B. Okay. Now, just come down. Sorry, not EC2 instance volume. Just come down, create volume. First, what you need to do, just come to your volumes, create volume, select any of the thing that you want. Okay. And what is the size you want? I want 4 GB. Just leave everything blank, come down and create volume. Okay. See, just now we created a volume with 4 GB here. I'll name it as new volume. Okay. Just save. I actually missed one point here. This is perfectly fine, but we'll delete this first. I wanted to show you another thing. Instead of just delete this. Again, click on create volume, size 4 GB, same thing. And Where is this? Add tag. Custom tag. Where is this? The value. Refresh view. I'm not getting that option here. Okay, no problem. Just directly create. We'll see at the later point of time. Just create a volume. Okay, just I don't want this, bro. 4 GB volume I'm creating, and just click on create volume. Okay, now 4 GB volume is created. Just name this new volume, new EBS or something. Save this. Okay, and it is still into creation stage. Just wait for a second. Again, I did a mistake though. I need to create it in 1B. 5 GB I'm creating. I made a mistake that time. Okay, no problem. I'm deleting this 4 GB. Again, I think I did the same mistake. Again, I created in 1A. Why is this? I'm just deleting this things. Delete volume. Just don't get confused. I'm doing mistake. I wanted to create this in 1B and I wanted to show you one more additional point here. So that's why 1B. Just click on create. What you just need to do, just come here, click on volumes, create volume, just replace. This is the volume just I know I created. New EBS. Okay, just save that. Now it is still into creation stage. Just wait for a second. Let it get created. Yeah, you can able to see this. It is now into available state. That means it is free. Now, first step is completed. EBS volume we are created. That is 5 GB EBS volume we created now. What is the second step? Okay. See, if you are thinking, if you just create that EBS volume and automatically it will be assigned to your EC2 instance. See, if you just execute lsblk command, the same thing, which is not attached to your EC2 instance, correct? So now, once the EC2 instance is created, what you need to do is just click on that EC2 instance, come to actions here, okay? Then here attach volume option is there. You need to attach this volume to whichever the EC2 instance that you want. Okay, just click on attach volume and see here you can able to see my Ubuntu server. Just click on Ubuntu server to that server. What I'm doing here, this is my Ubuntu server. I created a EBS volume or a block storage here and I'm attaching that to my Ubuntu server. Okay, this is what I'm doing. Select here this is another thing. First what I did, just attaching this to EC2 instance. Then just like here you can able to see C drive, X drive. Can you able to see this, right? That names you can provide it here. Device name, I'll just provide it as some name. I'll provide it as SDB or SDB something. Okay, /dev/SDB, just like your Windows C DevX is there, right? Just like that, I'm providing a name to my volume. Once that is done, just come down and attach volume. Okay. Now, if I just go back to my EC2 instance, execute a command again, ls blk. Let's see. See, this is the volume just now we created and attached to our EC2 instance, right? With 5 GB. Did you observe, guys? So
Yes,
this
sir.
is the, yeah, this is the volume we created. Next, I'll just write down the step here. This is because they'll ask you this process. How will you attach volume to your EC2 instance? Tell me the steps. These things they'll ask. Okay, so that's why. First, create a volume. Next, what you need to do, attach. Attach to EC2 instance. Next one is, see, network voice is breaking up. Why? Can you able to hear my voice?
Yes.
Okay, maybe problem for your side, sir. Okay, once it is done, we have attached and you can able to see which is been attached to your EC2 instance here, right? Earlier it was not there. If you see the output of a last command, last time it was not attached, but after performing this task, it is attached now, correct? See, the problem here is if you want to start using this EBS volume, if you want to start using this EBS volume, that means if you want to store some images or some text-based files, if you want to store into this hard disk, in Linux, it is not a direct process, or at least into your EC2 machine, it is not a direct process. Now I have attached this EC2 instance or a hard disk. Can I able to use this? No. The answer is no. This is because the thing what you need to do is before using this, you need to create something called as a file system here. This is the process you need to follow. First, create a volume attached to that volume. Then what you need to do, you need to create a file system. See what are the different file systems available. We have ext4 file system. We have ntfs as a file system. We have xfs is a one another kind of file system. xvdf is a another kind of file system. These things, there are hundreds of thousands of different file systems available. Okay, now what you can just need to do, you just need to create any one of the file system here. That is the only step you need to do. For creation of file system, you just need to execute this command. What is this command? Sudo mkfs. Mkfs stand for make file system dot ext4, type of file system you wanted to create. ext4, ntfs, anything you want. Now what I'm doing, I'm creating ext4 file system. And to which drive you are creating? You are creating for this drive, correct? xvdf, xvdv. For this drive, you are creating a file system. So what you need to do, sudo mkfs dot ext4 slash dev. Slash dev is common for all the drives, sir. Common thing. Slash dev xvdv. That is the name, right? Yeah. So this is the command you need to execute. Okay. Now just execute this command, sudo mkfs dot ext4. Okay. What is the next thing? Slash dev slash xvdv. Okay. I'm just executing this command. Just hit enter and you can able to see some output here. Correct? Can you able to see this? Allocating group tables, file system is created or some message. Okay, file system is created now. The next thing here is How will you confirm whether the file system is created or not? This command is executed successfully, I agree. How will you confirm? To confirm, you just need to execute. If you wanted to confirm, just execute this command sudo file -s /dev/xvdb. This name. In your case, it might be different. Okay, just replace this, but dev will remain same. Okay, just come back sudo file -s/dev/xvdb. Okay, just execute this command. See, can you able to see this output? If this output is there, that means your file system has successfully been created. Okay, this is the second step. First, create a volume, attach it to your EC2 instance, then creation of your file system. Okay. Next, what you need to do is, fourth step, you just need to create one directory here. mkdir slash one directory. What I'll do, where I'm creating under root directory, main directory, that is slash. Slash is nothing but root, right? You already know this. Under root directory, I'm creating one new directory. What is the name? Name is, let's say, C drive or something. C drive. This is what I'm going to create. Okay. Now let me create mkdir slash C drive. I'm creating. Okay, you just need to execute with the sudo permission. Sudo mkdir slash C drive. Okay. Now it has been created. Next step. You just need to follow this. That's it. Next, just go to your root directory cd/, just confirm whether it is created or not. Just do ls. See, we created a C drive here, right? Now it has been created. Okay. Next thing. See, till now, what we did, we have created one EBS volume. We added into your EC2 instance, but we have added, once you added that, what you need to do, you need to create a file system. Once the file system is created, then what you need to do, then just create one drive or just create one folder here. Why you need to create this folder, I'll tell you. Okay. So once it is created, just confirm whether it is created or not. Where you need to create this folder, in under root directory you need to create. Just mkdir slash and your drive name. Okay. Next, once this is done, if you want to start using this or if you want to perform any other operations in Linux, what is the mandatory thing is, you need to attach. See, file system is created and your directory is created. This is my file system and this is my directory. If you want to start using your volume, then what you need to do is you need to attach this file system to your directory. Okay. So for that, what you just need to do, it is just a command, sir, nothing else. That command is, see, did you understood why I am doing this step? If you want to if you want to use your EC2 volume, then in Linux, we need to attach your volume to directory. Then only you can start using that volume. So that is the reason we are attaching it. Okay. For that, what is the next command? Mount. What is the volume that we created? That name, XVDE, and what to which directory you wanted to attach. I wanted to attach it to C drive. This is the next command. You just need to execute that. Sudo mount, okay, sudo mount /dev /xvdv, then /c drive. Okay, just click on enter. It has been assigned. Now I wanted to confirm whether I have attached. Mount is nothing but the meaning is attach your volume to your EC2 instance or to this folder. That is the meaning. Okay. Now I wanted to confirm whether uh, this is attached to my C drive or not. Then just execute this command mount point and your directory name C drive. See, C drive is a mount point. If you're getting this output, then that means you have successfully created a EC2, successfully created EBS volume and attached it to one of your C drive, one of your folder. Clear? Now, if I execute lsblk, see, can you able to see this? Just clear lsblk. It is already there. And now, if I just go to cd slash and cd to your C drive, this is the drive where we have allocated this space to. We are mounted that to your C drive, right? Just click on enter. Now you can able to do whatever the things you want, like sudo touch 1, 2, 3, 4 something. This has been created. Can you able to see this? So let me repeat the steps. Okay. First, what you need to do, sir? First, you need to create a EBS volume inside your console. Once that is done, you need to attach. You need to attach that that volume to your one of your EC2 machine. Once that is done, come back to your console, then execute lsblk command. It will shows you whatever the devices or whatever the volumes available. Once that is done, what you need to do, then you need to create a file system. Okay, you cannot directly use your EBS volume. So that is the reason what you need to do. You need to create a file system. For creating a file system, what is the command? Sudo mkfs.ext4/dev and /xvdv. In my case, it is xvdv, and in your case, it might be different. How you are going to get from this lsblk command? Okay, just at the bottom, it will show you. Next command, once a file system is been created, next what you need to do, if you wanted to confirm whether the file system is created or not, then sudo file -s/dev/xvdv. It gives you some output. If that output is coming, then it has been created. Once this is done, what is the next step? Next, you need to create one directory. Sudo mkdir and new directory or something you are creating. You need to create a directory. Please remember, you need to create under root. Okay. Now, just next thing, just go to your root directory. Okay. Next, what is the thing? You just need to attach that. Mount meaning is attach. Mount /dev/xvdf /xvdv to which directory wanted to attach. I wanted to attach it to C drive or C drive or tree drive, something. How will you confirm whether it is attached or not? Mount point /C drive. Okay. Okay. Once that is done, if the output is just like something like this, Your mount point is something where is that output? Yeah, C drive is a mount point. That means you can able to start using that. Clear, guys? How to create a new volume and how to attach it to your EC2 instance. That is what we discussed. Hello?
Yeah, Sachin.
Any doubts? Difficult, easy? It's easy only, right? Just you need to practice once. That's it. Okay. And I just wanted to show you one more thing here. No doubts, sir. Okay. Fine, fine. Okay. Availability. Fine. Thank you, sir. So the next is I just wanted to highlight this point here. Okay. Just see why I am highlighting this point. Please note this point. Okay. EBS volumes must be created in the same availability zone as of EC2 instance. That means, see, EBS volumes must be created in the same availability zone as of your EC2 instance. This is a mandatory thing you need to follow. That means, let me show you. See, I'm creating my EC2 instance is in 1B availability zone. In Mumbai, my EC2 availability zone is in 1B, right? Now, what I'm doing, I'm creating a new volume. What I'll do, I'll just create a 1 GB dummy, this one. I'll create the same volume in 1A region. Okay. I'll just create it. Create volume. Now, 1 GB, which one? 1A. There are two 1 GB volumes, right? 1A. Both are in 1A. So this is last one, but already this is available. You can use any one. Both are in 1A. Now, what is the next step? You need to attach this to EC2 server, right? This EC2 server you need to attach. If you just click on this actions, where is attach volume? Okay. Now it should show your EC2 instance, right? But see, we don't have any EC2 instances under 1A region. This is because this EC2 is instance exists under 1B region. So that is what I'm trying to say you. EBS volumes must be created in the same availability zone as of your EC2 instance. Please remember this. If your availability zone is different for your EBS volume, and if your availability zone is different for your EC2 instance, then you cannot able to attach this EBS volume. Clear? So that is the one note here. And where is this? Can I continue for 10 more minutes if you are okay, guys? Hello? Any answers?
Yes, Sachin. Okay.
Can you able to bear that for 10 more minutes? I know this is something we discussed. I wanted to discuss. This is what they'll expect you from the interview, sir. So that's why. Okay. So I just wanted to discuss. Take your 10 more minutes. It is easy now. Okay. Just please spare some time with me. Okay. Now what I wanted to discuss here is, now what we did, sir, we have created one EBS, new EBS volume. I'll call it as a new EBS volume and successfully attached it to your EC2 instance. This is what we did, correct? Now, I wanted to detach this or remove this remove this volume. How can I do this? See, for detaching or removing a volume from your EC2 instance, what you just need to do is just come back here. There are two ways. First one, you can either do it using umount. Umount is a command. Umount. Umount is a command which is used to detach. Wait, it is not. Umount is a command which is used to detach or remove a EBS volumes from your uh, EC2 machine. Okay. Now umount slash C drive. This is the one we created, right? We created a directory and we have attached this xvdf to this directory. Okay. Now let's see. Just click on enter. See, must be super user to unmount. What I'll do, I'll just sudo umount slash C drive. Now also, I know it will not work. See, target is busy. This is because where you're currently working, you are inside your C drive, sir. So that is the reason it is not deleting that. So for doing that, just cd dot dot. Come out of that directory. Now execute the same command. Just clear the screen. Sudo umount C drive. See, now it has been detached. If you execute lsblk, it is still there. But if I just do the mount point slash C drive, see, it is showing C drive is not a mount point. That is, you just attached this, but you did not created or created one directory and attached it to that directory. Okay, this is the one way of removing. Other way is just come to your console here. Where is that? Volumes. This is the volume we attached, right? New volumes, actions. You can able to see this detach volume. Just click on detach volume, detach. Okay, that's it. Now, if you come to this side, here it will change the status from in use to available. Just refresh this. See, this is now available. Your second new EBS volume is available. That means no EC2 instances are using it. This is how you unmount or umount or remove, detach from your EC2 instance. There are two ways. This is the another point. Next one is vHio. Just 5 more minutes, please. I'll complete this today. Sir, if anybody is getting late, you can drop off, sir. Later point, you can watch this video. No issues. I'm just completing this. Okay. Next, what I will do is we have detached one volume, right? Now, I wanted to create a new EC2 instance. Create a new EC2 instance and attach a volume which is detached or detached here. Here we just removed one volume, right? That volume I wanted to attach it to your new EC2 instance. Let us do that. just from here. First need to create one instance, right? Launch EC2 instance, just a new server. This is easy. Just Ubuntu. Size, I'm just leaving it everything blank. Password, laptop key. And I'm just creating launch instance. Okay. Once this is done, just come back. This is my new server. I wanted to log into this server. Just where is this? I don't know where is my file system. Okay. Okay, this is here. C AWS. Okay. New git bash. SSH -I laptop Ubuntu at IP address. Okay. Now I'm logging into this server. I logged in. Now, if you wanted to see what are the available hard disk or hard drives for your computer, LSBLK. Okay. Now it is only root volume which is available. Now what I wanted to do, there is a volume. There is a volume, this volume I'm talking about. New volume. We created this volume. We attached it to our EC2 instance. First, we attached it to this server. Do you remember? Ubuntu server. Then what I did, I detached it from this server and I wanted to attach this to new server. Okay. That is what we are going to do. So for doing that, just come here. Same again, you need to repeat. But what is the 1B? What is the zone? This is also 1B. Yeah? Same zone. Okay. Just actions, attach volume. Just select the instance. Which one? I wanted to attach it to new server, not to Ubuntu server. I wanted to attach it to new server. New server, and just click on attach volume. Okay. Okay. Sorry. I just need to provide this drive name, right? I'll provide it as some smaller one. XVDBL. I'm just giving the name. Okay. Just click on attach. Just come back to your console. Again, execute lsblk. See, earlier it was not there. Now you can able to see xvdb1. It has been attached. Once it is attached, what is the next step you wanted to do, sir? Anyone? Sir, please. We'll finish it in 5 minutes.
Mount, sir.
See, before that, what we did in this stage?
Create a folder.
Yeah. See, first we need to create attach that, this one. Attach your EBS volume to your EC2 instance. Then what you need to do? Then you need to create a file system, correct? Create, attach, lsblk is done. Now you need to create a file system by using this command. Okay. See, now I just note this point. There was a EBS volume. This was attached to one of the EC2 instance. Now what I did, I followed all the steps, created file system, everything I've done. Right now, I'm removed this EBS volume from this EC2 first server. What I'm doing again, I'm creating another server and I'm attaching this to another EC2 machine. Okay. Can you please tell me, we have created already followed all the steps here, creating a file system, creating everything. See, the file system here, it is not required because we already created a file system during our initial stage, correct? So that is the reason, no need of creating a file system here. If you try to create a new file system here, it will create. But what is the problem? whatever the content or images, files, whatever available, all gets deleted. Okay, so that is the reason whenever you create a EC2 instance, detach it, and whenever you try to attach it to new EC2 instance, do not create a file system. This is because the file system already exists. Clear? So just to do that, now do I need to create a file system? Sudo mkfs.ext4. Then what are the other things we need to do? Some, what is that command? I forgot. A file system ext4. What is that? I just need to see here. Okay. /dev/ this name xvdb. Now, if I just create, what happens? Whatever the files which are available earlier, right? That files are going to be deleted. So that's why I'm not doing this step. Okay. What is the next step? Just confirm whether file system is already there or not. File -s /dev/xvdv. See, cannot open. Okay. Sudo. See, why xvdv, correct? Huh? Okay, sorry. I am into this Ubuntu server, guys. I'm not using this. Here we have this, right? lsblk. Okay, this is the one we created, right? Earlier I was into Ubuntu server, the old one. Now I'm shifting to this one. Okay, sudo file -s /dev/xv, this name xvdb1 db1. Okay, see, why bro? Sudo if it is not there, did I deleted a file system there? I don't know. If it is okay, sudo, it's already there. I think I've deleted a file system into this server. What are the commands I executed? Where did I execute this command? lsblk mount c drive 0 lsblk cd drive umount. By miss, I might have deleted that file system. So again, I need to create that. But in your case, please don't do that. mkfs.ext4. Okay. Then what is that? /dev/ then /dev/xv xvdv1. Okay. The file system has been created. Just execute the same command. Now you can, but it is not opening here. I don't know why. xvdb1. Oh, I made a mistake here. Okay. One. Sudo mkfs db1.
XVDL, Nagarjuna is saying.
Is it?
XVDBL.
Yeah, lsblk. xvdbl. Okay. I'm using one.
Yes.
dbl. Otherwise, let me check. mks dbl. Okay. dbl. See, the file system is already there. I made a mistake. Instead of L, I'm using 1. So that's why it was not showing. Okay. The file system is already there. No need to create your file system. What you just need to create, just create one directory, mkdir / second directory. I'll just say it as second. Okay. I just execute with the sudo command, sudo // it is created. Where it is created? Under root. Just change your present working directory to root, cd/ls. Can you able to see second is created? Okay. Now what is the next thing? Just need to attach mount /dev /xv. I just confirm that xvdbl xvdbl to which directory wanted to attach /second. Okay. Just click on, just use sudo here, sudo. Okay. Enter, it is created. How will you confirm whether it is created or not? Mount point /second. Okay, just execute. See, it has been attached. Now you can able to create whatever the files, storage, whatever you wanted to do, you can able to do this. Okay, create a folder under root. Arjun, sir, it's xvdl. Okay, okay. That is that mistake I made instead of one. Okay, so today what we discussed, sir, I just wanted to repeat this, otherwise you will forget. We discussed about elastic IP. We discussed about ENI. We discussed about in detail discussion about what are volumes, why we need volumes, what are the types of volumes, right? And now we created how to create a volume and attach it to EC2 instance, and how to detach a EC2, how to detach a volume. Next, how to attach a detached volume to your new EC2 instance. That also we discussed. Tomorrow we'll see one more thing here and we'll wind up this volumes. Fine. And there are some advanced steps that I need to discuss tomorrow. We'll try to finish off your EC2 concept by tomorrow. Okay. So that's it for today. Thanks for your time. Thank you. Bye.